Right, well, here we are. Today we're going to begin a new discussion. The topic is Lewis structures and formal charge. And we're going to begin this discussion by solving the problem, judging from the relative positions on the periodic table, which atom in each set is the more electronegative. Well, the periodic table is organized the way it is for a reason. And a lot of trends happen to show themselves on the table. One important fact is that fluorine is the most electronegative. Fluorine has the highest electron affinity out of any element, which means it will pull its electrons to itself the tightest. Fluorine pulls its electrons the tightest, which means that also it will be more likely to assume a negative charge. It can be a fluorine, a fluoride F minus ion very easily. Chlorine is also very electronegative, but not nearly as electronegative as fluorine. Oxygen is also rather electronegative, but not nearly as electronegative as fluorine. Fluorine is the most electronegative. So the trend that we see is that electronegativity will decrease as we go left and decrease as we go down. So we will expect the more electronegative elements to be over here on the top right and the less electronegative elements to be there on the bottom left. So our first pair is the pair of carbon and nitrogen. So now we're expected to understand the trend that, okay, as we go to the right, we're going to have something being more electronegative than if we go to the left. So we would expect nitrogen to be more electronegative than carbon. So nitrogen we would expect to be more electronegative than carbon. So now we can go look at chlorine and bromine. What do we find about them? We go find that chlorine is above bromine. So chlorine is smaller than bromine. Both of them are in period 7a, but chlorine is smaller. Therefore, you would expect it to have a higher electron affinity and a higher electronegativity. So we just go and say, yes, that chlorine is the more electronegative out of these two choices. And we're left with the same question of oxygen or sulfur. So we go and we look and we see both of these are in group 8A. Both of these are in group 8A. So we would expect the one that's higher up, to be more electronegative and the one that's further down to be less electronegative. So out of oxygen and sulfur, oxygen is the more electronegative of the two. Oxygen is the more electronegative of the two. Right, well, that's about all we have for this video. Look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we talk about the different kinds of bonds that can exist in different kinds of polyatomic chemicals. Look forward to seeing you then. Goodbye.